welcome to Equatoria Day here in Melbourne, and I'm joined by Emmanuel. My friend, how are you been?
I've been all right, yeah.
Yeah. So, you performed on the Equatoria Day today, and it's been marvelous. The performance was really good. You were joined on the stage by a lot of people. How does that make you feel?
It feels good when like the community come and support like the singers that are like actually singing in Arabic, Juba Arabic or either English. It's really good for them to come and support and come and dance. You know, it shows like it give you like good spirit to sing in these days. Yeah.
It's a very humbling sort of feeling, right?
It is. It's usually not like this because we kind of like a lot of singers just start coming up, and then for them like to get a support from a community, if we give them motivation to go ahead and do some more music.
Equatoria Day on the 27th, it falls between the Christmas, New Year's, and a lot of excitement with celebrations that are happening. What does this day mean to you?
It's actually the one special day that we come all together as the community from different tribes, but as one as Equatorian, Yeah. That's a special day that we trying to encourage and bring our kids, the little one, the little generation, and the older one, all to come together. So we celebrate these days, So in the future, they're the one gonna take over the little kids. We teach them actually exactly what Equatorian means and what is it, to be an Equatorian, So this day is like the really special day for for both of us, for this generation and the next one that, are growing up.
And how long have you been writing your music? Your music is written in the South Sudanese language, Arabic Juba, right?
Yes. My music, like strictly, I write Juba Arabic music, It went all the way back to Egypt, when we were in Egypt. I used to be with a band, I don't know if you guys know, with a band called Selele Musica. Yeah. I was one of the vocalists. And then we came here, we have like a couple of bands. It was going all right, but people moving around. Some people went back to Sudan, some are here, but like it went down, then I went solo. I started writing my own music and then performing. Especially I target the community, like South Sudanese community. We write about the problems and the things that are going in the community and love songs.
What is the hardest thing about being a solo artist?
The hardest thing is being a solo artist is like we don't have support. I want to tell the Equatorians right now in this interview, you have to stand behind the Equatorians artists. There's a lot of them around here and they're coming up, So if we don't need like financial or anything, just support, normal support. Like if somebody upload video or do a song like now we're performing here, we have to support them, stand up behind them, support them, give them encouragement so they can go ahead. But the harder thing is we don't have support in Equatoria, Like a lot of artists are growing up now. Some of us, we're just pushing it because it's a hobby. But for Equatorians, we have to support each other. We have to stand behind our artists. Yeah. The youngest ones that are coming up, they need really support. If we're not supporting them, they seem like there's nobody actually supporting them, nobody actually behind them. So a lot of them just give up on music. But music is the language that we use actually to deliver message to community and the young generation that's coming up. So if we do not stand behind this young artist, our music is not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, and I've also heard like some few people performing as well. Yeah, and yeah, so there's a lot of young upcoming artists that are also, writing music. Have you guys done any collaboration or maybe put a show together, invite the community so that they can see your talent, because people like you have great voices,
To be honest with you, brother, we tried this before, but I'm not gonna say we fail, but the community actually failed us. I'm not trying to be like saying, but I'm just telling the fact, the truth that is happening up. We put on a show, nobody stands up, But a lot of artists, I wanna just say like, look, we have to start from somewhere to get somewhere, Our community actually, a lot of artists coming from overseas. We got a lot of promoters actually. There's Equatorian promoters and some other promoters from Nuer and Dinka people. We all are South Sudanese, but we don't look into our artists. Like I can see in other tribes like Dinka and Nuer, they support each other like really good. Like they stand behind each other, they support financially by coming to the shows, they show up, they do like great things. That's why they're getting success, they're going ahead. But for us as Equatorians, that we've been here for a long time, we've been doing music for a long time, but I don't see any support. That's why artists are going down and down and down. If we try to do our show, we actually lose money. Because we as a young artists, we're trying to introduce our music to the community. But we're using our own finance money, we use our money, we use our things to do shows and all that, but nobody shows up,
So what do you think can be done to sort of like ratify and bring people together, in terms of artists? Because you artists also, you need to have unity to understand each other, to be able to work together so that the community can see that you guys are really doing something. Or if the community is not supporting, how can that be solved? Like what needs to be done?
You actually mentioned a good point here. Our artists, they have to come together because our artists, we're still coming out, I've seen like something with the artists here and even back home. We have animosity, like I'm jealous from this person because he's doing this, and I'm like, don't like this person. No, this is nothing. This is not the music that we talk about. Music is about message and peace and love. We have to come together and do something good for the here in South Sudan, target communities here in America and Canada and back home. So for artists like that are here, the young artists are coming. There's a lot of talented artists actually here in Melbourne. They're rapping like young one. They're like really good, and they write like good messages to the community. But there's no collaboration. We don't understand each other. We don't come together. I want to ask the community, Equatorian community, if not South Sudanese community in general, but Equatorian community, let them have to work hard, try and bring these artists up, support them with money, help them with writing letters, funding to the government, so they can get funding to the video clips. They have good music. But even me, myself, I have good music. I have almost up to 15, 17 songs. I release a CD, but no support. I can't even get to make a clip, I want the community just to stand behind the artists, the little one, encourage them. And it's not financially, but just by word, talk to them, so they will know that there's some people actually standing behind them so they can come out. So when they come out, actually, it's going to be good for our country and for the young generations that are coming. So we'll follow in the right path,
Equatoria Day in Melbourne is celebrated yearly in December. I mean, what has been very unique about this Equatoria Day 2016, and what was the lesson that you learned from today?
Is, to be honest with you, it's just beautiful when you come and see a lot of faces. It's the place, the only Equatorian Day is the only place that when you come, you see people that you never seen. When we live here, some of people you never see until next year. That's the thing. Trust me. So people actually come. Like people actually waiting for this day. They come and because people get out of here, they're busy with their life, running after their kids, busy with mortgages. But Equatorian Day is like the only day that actually brings us all together. So as we come together as a community, the spirit of the Christmas, you see in the faces of people. People are excited. People are happy. People are hugging each other. Kids are happy, running happily around. That's the most important thing. We have to keep this up. We don't have to let this fall down, because this day is like the important day. We have to teach these little ones, the young generation that's coming up. So I'm encouraging community and the office, they have to step up their work. They have to cover up a lot of gaps that are actually in there. So we have to cover these gaps so the little one, when they grow, they find that we prepare something good for them. And then they follow into our footsteps,
Excuse me for missing your music name before. Can you just give us a shout out and say your music name, like your stage name?
My stage name is Prince Lomulay. I'm known by Emmanuel Ellias, but my stage name is Prince Lomulay. And I just want to shout out thanks to my producer back home, Isaka. He's a singer too, Isaka #1. Most of my songs is love music, and then I'm now kind of targeting the issues that are coming, any issue that come in the community, I target. I don't go politics because I don't want to go to that politics thing. I'm not a politician. But I got a lot of songs about politics, but I don't want to get into it yet. There's a time for it. But most of my songs is love songs, and strictly Arabic Juba. Arabic Juba is like a unique thing. We don't have to And something else I want to point, like one point to my fellow artists. You have to be yourself. And you have to stick to what you're doing all the time. We don't have to follow other musicians. We don't have to follow Ugandese music. We don't have to follow Nigerian music. We don't have to follow Congolese music. We have to stick to our own music, our own style, that unique, that actually separate us from the rest of the people, which is South Sudanese music, which is Juba music. If you don't know how to sing in Arabic Juba, you can do English, you know. It's a good thing, you know, to stick to our roots.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.